Alrighty.
Okay. Without too much fanfare, you have made your way into the Shadowfell, into the lair of this demigod of death, who has been haunting you for the better part of your adventures with various undead minions. After maneuvering your way through a number of undead creatures and tricks and traps, you have finally made your way into his central lair. You find that Xaxas, this demigod of death, rises straight out of a lava pool in the center of the room, having been summoned forth by Kent, laying some blood on an altar. Surrounding that altar are the four shadowy wraiths that make up the spectral forms of the four elemental princes of the apocalypse that you have slain. They have risen above in the shadowy lair to attack you now. The ceiling is 30 feet high above you. The last 5 feet of the walls is mirrors. The 20 feet below that to the floor is this black, inky, shadowy substance. And the red eyes reflect off the mirrors, giving especially the upper level of the room this red, hazy light as they kind of peer down in your general direction. As we begin the hardest fight of your lives, if you haven't already, roll for initiative.
Am I still coming through okay, clear?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, just so you know, I'm recording and streaming, so I may have to upload the recording because OBS disconnected and my voice dropped down to red, as far as voice connection. So I don't know what the fuck is up with my internet tonight. So that maybe I have to upload the thing later.
Sure. Right now you're fine, but okay. We start the round with isn't.
I'm gonna hold my action for right now.
Okay. What's the action you're holding?
No, I mean like wait my turn.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
to announce what you're.
You generally have
Holding.
to announce what action you're holding.
No, I thought last time we just waited till the end of the turn order.
You did. You cheated.
What?
Pull up the guide. Combat. Turn. Da. All right. Sometimes you want to get a jump on the foe or wait for a particular circumstance before you act. To do so, you can take the ready action, which lets you act using your reaction before the start of your next turn. First, you decide what perceivable circumstance will trigger your reaction. Then you choose the action you will take in response to that trigger, or you choose to move up to your speed in response to it. Examples include: if the cultist steps on the trap door, I'll pull the lever that opens it, and if the goblin steps next to me, I'll move away. When the trigger occurs, you can either take your reaction right away after the trigger finishes, or ignore the trigger.
So yeah, you kind of gotta go announce ahead of time.
You have to announce,
So-
if this happens, I'm going to do this.
You let me do things earlier that I shouldn't have been doing. Okay.
Probably not. But that's the hard rule of it.
He wants blood this fight. He's not letting anyone get away with anything.
Okay, I'll do this then. I'm going to hold on here.
Damn it.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to dash, and I want to dash to the side of this guy.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold my action and wait for an ally to come within melee range.
Okay. Alright. That'll work. At the end of your turn, he's going to burn a legendary action to cast an Eye Ray. This one he's going to cast starting with Tuck. The Eye Ray in question is going to be a Charm Ray, which you have an advantage on the saving throw, but go ahead and make a DC Wisdom save.
Advantage.
Advantage, yep, because you're a Wood Elf. Alright, you shake off the effect as this pink beam shoots out from one of the light orbs of the creature hovering around it. It just shoots out at you. You blast against you. You kind of shake your head. This is nothing. You're next.
Okay. Taking there. I'm going to use my bonus action to dash.
All right.
Here.
Okay. Isn't you can use your reaction?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna stab him real good.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna burn a fury charge.
Okay.
So there's that. And then that.
All right. Both attacks will land.
And then there's the offhand. And then I'll click all those. Or does the 15 hit?
15 hits as well. Yep. Not particularly strong on the armor class. All right. All right. You waylay into this creature, who is the spectral form of Marlos Urnrail, which you yourself have not met. The Paladin War is passive. Justin.
Thank you.
All right. Tuck, you jump in, and as soon as you get in, isn't waylays into that particular creature.
And I will hit him twice.
Okay. That hits. All right. You watch him kind of reel back. The spectral form begins to shift and shimmer like it's beginning to fade. Uh, 16 lands as well. All right. You watch as the spectral form begins to shimmer and just fade out.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he's going to burn another eye ray in your direction.
Sure.
This one, number 4, that is going to be a slowing ray. Make a dex save. No. You are slowed. Your speed is halved for the next minute. You cannot take reactions, and you can take either an action or a bonus action, but not both. Around the rest of you, around the black sort of appendage, the black inkiness around the walls, you watch as these black tendrils begin to kind of spit out. Draxon, you and your friendly zombie almost have them kind of touching you, but they're not quite able to reach. But the entire length of the room has these tendrils, these black inky tendrils, spilling out from it, trying to reach over to your direction. Zombie, aka Jake from Steak Farm.
So are these tendrils coming like out of the ground, or are they coming from it?
From the wall.
From the wall. Okay. Does my zombie have the same amount of movement as I do? So is it like how much?
Whatever your character sheet says. If you hold shift and double click on the token, it'll bring up the character sheet. My thing says he has a speed of 20 feet. So 4 squares. Or 8 if you dash.
Just gonna move him up, and that'll be it for this turn.
Okay. At the end of the zombie's turn, he's going to burn his last legendary action to fire another eye ray. This one's going to be at will. And that one is an enervation ray. Will, I need you to make a con save. No, the full damage. You take 48 points of necrotic.
Jesus.
Can't cheer up.
You can't be healed now either. It sucks.
Let me just see. Okay, Kent's going to cast Greater Invisibility on himself.
Yeah, he is.
You see this creature rise out of the depths. You watch as these eye rays start going out to your friends, and you're like, fuck this shit, I'm out. Yeah, you're invisible.
Okay, I'm invisible. Killy, I don't wanna hold my action, but I do have a question about movement, and it's something that I would call it? I am going to move.
Okay.
You know what? No, I'll tell you what. I'll just move. I'm going to move to here.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. Braxton, you're up.
Were you gonna attack at all? Kent?
I
Yes, greater
cast great
invisibility is an
invisibility.
action. So.
You're right. Never mind.
That's where I wanted to go. So I'm gonna move a little bit closer. Um, just this will be the end of my turn, I think. But I want to. Were these guys? Are these like wraiths, or are they actually classified as undead?
Undead.
They are undead.
Okay, give me a second.
For the record, a wraith is an undead.
I didn't know if it was like, I don't know, the ghosty stuff.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Kurt, you're up.
Sweet. I'm going to move away from the walls. And then I will attack. Well, I'm going to use a bonus action, actually,
Mm-hmm.
to cast Guardian of Nature.
Alright.
That's a fucking spell.
You transform into either Primal Beast or Great Tree. Which one are you choosing?
The tree.
The fucking tree, of course.
He
All right.
transforms into Lucky.
Oh, hello. I am
He's a
Groot.
bad-
He respects into heal.
And then I'm going to attack with my bow against this undead here.
Alright.
Did you move away from the wall?
I did, yeah.
Okay, 'cause I thought this was the wall.
Oh no. What? No, I was way over. I was way over.
Okay.
Anyways, bow of the wilds. Let me put on the right damage. I'm using a.
Alright. You'll watch as Kurt, for the first time ever, walks forward, turns into what it looks like some sort of enter tree, and starts firing a bow in that form. And who are you firing at? This fellow here?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Alright, that hits. Alright.
For slashing.
4 points, and he is frightened. Alright.
I yell at him, ooga booga booga. Stupid
That was-
dog, you made me look bad.
That spectral form happens to be the one of Arisi Kalanoth, the first elemental prophet you slayed. So, on their turn, this one's going to shift down over towards where Tuck is. This one's going to shift over where Isn't is. And this one's going to shift over to where Will is. And starting with the attack on Will, it's going to reach out its hand, and it's going to attempt to drain you of your life force. Will, I need you to make a con save. If this hits, yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Alright. You take 20 necrotic, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 20. The one next to Isn't is going to stretch out his hand.
Doesn't
That one's
hit.
not going to hit you. The one against Tuck, excuse me. That will hit. Tuck, you need to make a con save. Alright, yeah. You still take 23 necrotic, but it does not reduce your hit point maximum. Alright. And then the one who's feared is just going to repeat the saving throw. This is going to be Wisdom save against Miles DC. Nah, still frightened. Alright. Will, you're up. You've been badly injured.
Yeah, I'm Will nearly dead. Since I can't move now like I was planning on. Let's see, hold on.
Yeah, but listen to that mic though, am I right?
All right, Will's going to draw his rapier playing Footloose to give himself advantage on deck saves.
Sure.
Not that half damage at this point is a factor with 7 hit points, but he draws the rapier and points it out towards Tuck. His other hand playing a rising scale one-handed on his mandolin, which gets louder and louder as the magical energy builds and the tone gets higher and higher pitched until it hurts, and it vibrates the blade, and you see that just something shoot out from the blade. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on Tuck to try to get rid of the slow.
Okay. Go ahead and just make a charisma check for me. All right. Tuck, you are no longer slowed.
Sweet.
Okay.
And I can't do anything else, so that's it.
All right. Ka is up next.
Kai's gonna move forward and bite this undead here.
All right. Yeah, that hits. I'll say he's immune to poison.
Surprise, surprise.
All right. Your snake does bite into him pretty well, though. You watch as it kind of shimmers around. That one happens to be the one of Gar Shatterkeel, the Water Prophet. Now it's the big fella's turn. Looking over specifically at you two, he's going to fire 2 rays at Tuck and 1 ray at Isn't.
Great.
The first ray against Tuck is going to be a Fear Ray, which I think you have advantage against.
I think so.
That
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'm looking now.
This would be under your
I'm
face
kicking
stuff.
myself.
No.
I'm meant to do inspiration. Fuck. All right, next.
No,
one.
I don't have
Uh,
advantage
you-
now.
You don't have advantage now. Okay, straight up wisdom save then. Nope, you're frightened.
That's fine.
The second one against you. Ooh, that one's going to be a Petrification Ray. You did dex save.
Is that me again, sorry?
Dex save. You barely succeed.
Barely. Good work. Good roll.
And the one against Isn't is a Disintegration Ray. Dex save. Alright, you dodge the beam, taking no damage whatsoever.
Nice.
Tegan, you're up.
Can we
Alright,
hold?
so-
Can we hold on for 1 second? I'm sorry. The disintegration ray misses. Does it hit the wall and the black inky stuff? And if so, what happens?
Funny you mentioned that. You peer over, you watch as the ray hits beyond Isn't into the black inky wall, and you watch as a couple of the tendrils begin to kind of recoil back and peer back, and as the inky blackness begins to kind of recoil back, there's some mirror back there.
Somewhat, I'm sorry.
Mirror.
Okay.
Alright, Tegan.
Alright, so quick question. Since this map kind of has a difference of texture, and
I only had so many tiles available to
yeah, but so this right here is still normal floor, right?
Stone floor, yes. Like a
Yeah,
cave,
okay.
cavern.
All right. And then the second question is, I'm not casting it yet because I need to know, is typically my hidden path is a bonus action. Doesn't show or say anything about being somatic or verbal or any of that. So can I cast it while I'm invisible and not break my invisibility?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you at regular invisibility or greater invisibility?
I have regular invisibility right now.
Yeah. Hidden paths yeah, you don't break. It's not counted as casting a spell. You're still invisible by doing it. So
Okay. That's
Just
what I need
kind
to know.
of step into the.
So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move to here, my movement. Then I'm going to use my hidden paths.
Mhm.
Move.
60 feet.
To
Jesus.
here. And then what I'm going to do, actually, with him being that hurt, I actually kind of changed what I was planning to do. You know what? I'm going to hold my heal spell in case Will goes down.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. At the top of the round is Isn't.
So, I'm gonna pull our buddy out of the key rune here. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to join the fight.
All right. He says, the situation looks quite dire. I can be of some assistance, I believe.
And I'll throw the stone in the air so he can do a really cool landing.
All right. You summon a Pokemon. Or, wait. All right. He says, what would you have me do, sire?
Oh, I get to control him?
Well, you give him commands, but you don't control him.
Oh, okay. Kill everything that's not a friendly.
I'll do what I can.
And then I'm gonna look at Big Ugly Boney over here and use my Manners Revenge and tell him he's next.
All right.
That's my bonus action. So that's my turn.
He responds back.
You dare! You dare!
In Undercommon. And at the end of your turn, he's going to burn a legendary action and fire a ray at you. This one is a paralysis ray. You need to make a con save.
I don't much care for that.
Oh,
You are paralyzed.
Ah! Damn. Okay.
you had the taunt.
Tuck, you're up.
Of the 8 fucking dex save things he has, I got the 1 con save.
And you are afraid of Xaxas.
So I can move here because it's now closer.
You would take an attack of opportunity against that fellow up there.
Oh, there's. Oh, I didn't. I was clicked on myself. Didn't even see him. I'm gonna hit him then.
All right.
You can't even decide which motherfucker to hit first.
I just pick whatever's around. But I'm not slowed anymore because I got spelled. I'm just.
You're
feared.
not slowed. Yep, you're
Okay.
just afraid. Excuse me, jeez. 12 misses. 19 doesn't.
Your crit fail is a fucking 12? Jesus.
Yes.
He has one hell of a modifier. All right, the first one, the spectral form of Reseed kind of ducks. It goes over her head. You follow through with the follow up, and it just kind of cuts through some of the spectral essence. You hear, following through with the punch. Yep, that hits. The power behind you, you manage to watch his spectral form shimmers a little bit, but it recoalesces and looks back at you angrily.
I'm gonna use a key and do flurry of blows.
Okay. That hits. All right.
And
The creature shimmers.
We're gonna try and push him back. So
Okay.
Strength save.
Not a particularly strong creature. That's a good roll, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. For a lair action this time around, you watch as over by Draxon, you look over and you see a spectral form of an eye appear right next to you. It opens up and a ray shoots out in your direction. This is a fear ray. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You said it's like paralyzing.
Excuse me, paralyzing. I need you to make a Constitution save. You just succeed. You feel the tension kind of burning up as this yellowish beam kind of pierces into you, but you shake it off. Jake from State Farm.
He's just gonna move.
For what it's worth,
Well,
you can also dash as an action, so you can move an additional 20 feet. It just means you can't attack
Oh.
when you dash.
Oh, I didn't know that, so I'll do that.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
All right. Kent, you're up.
Yep, 1 second. Just checking. Okay, so I've got greater invisibility on. So
Yep.
if I cast a
I'm sorry.
spell, I should.
Before I forget.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Before I forget, Tuck, go ahead and make another wisdom save to see if you shake off that fear.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not longer feared.
And the petrification too, right?
The petrification didn't hit him, I thought.
No,
Oh,
he
my
shook
bad.
off the
It did.
No, it wasn't me.
petrification.
That was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I'm
Isn't
paralyzed.
Isn't got paralyzed, yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ken.
Hold on. All right. I just gotta move that now. Why can't I move it? I drug it out. Um, we're gonna move that just south shy where it clips this gentleman here. Yeah. And all my friends, we're just all of a sudden out of nowhere, a burst of fire comes out, and you can't tell where it came from. It just poof, and it easily glides through my friends and does not hurt them.
All right. I'm guessing this is a fireball.
It is a fireball.
All right. Okay. So, fireball is a verbal component, so you have to speak when you give it off. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yep, yep.
But they all have to make dex saves. One thing this particular creature is not particularly strong with. He fails the dex save, taking the full 35 points of fire.
Okay, so I spoke.
As
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
As for the other two creatures, they were a little bit better at this actually, but not by much. That's a failure, and that's a failure. All right. Masterfully evocating the spell around your friends, you watch as it impacts into the large creature that is this Undead Beholder, and it masterfully weaves its way around, impacting the nearby spectral forms of the Princes of the Apocalypse. You watch as the spectral form of Arisi Kalanoth fades, but the spectral form that is what's her name?
Marlowe's.
The one, no, the fire one.
Fire
Marlowe's
one.
is up here. I'll look it up later. Anyway, she's
I was
still
just
up.
throwing names.
Okay. With that, I'm going to move to there. Wait, I just said there and I fucking lost it. God damn it, I really hate when I do that. There
Hold
we go.
shift.
Yeah, no, I did.
There.
All right. And then that would be it for my turn.
Okay. Because you cast a spell, I'm going to say Xaxas is going to make a perception check to see if he can spot where you went. That's going to burn his reaction for what it's worth. Just go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage for me.
All right. I'm never going to make this, but go ahead. Hold on.
For the purposes of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured.
Mm-hmm. So, let me just check something.
No problem. Note that I'm in front of a big altar. I don't know how high he is in the air.
20 feet above ground level.
Okay.
So he can't see you, so his eye rays can't actually do anything. So it's kind of a wasted of a turn. But at the end of your turn, he's going to burn a legendary action. He's going to fire an eye ray. And still looking at these two down here, I think he's going to fire at Isn't.
Why does everyone fucking hate me all the time?
This one is a telekinetic ray. Now, because you're paralyzed,
Throw or target moves.
you automatically fail the strength saving throw.
Yep.
So he's going to automatically move you over here.
Hilarious.
So my question is he going to sink or is he
This
going to
creature, this creature to the south is going to make an attack of opportunity against you as you float away.
And succeed.
Because you're paralyzed, the attack has advantage. You can make a con save. Alright. You take 28 necrotic, and your hit point maximum is reduced by that amount.
Whoa.
And you're restrained in the air 20 feet above this. No, I take that back. You are restrained. Oh, gee. Let's see. The lava pit's actually 20 feet below. Below you, you were restrained at ground level, hovering over it. And when it's the end of his turn, or excuse me, when it's the start of his next turn, he can drop you. If I'm reading this right. Restrained by the Grist telekinetic grip until the start of the tyrant's next turn, or until the tyrant is incapacitated. Yep, at the start of his next turn, you're dropped.
Does he get to make another save against the paralyzing?
He does on his turn.
Oh,
At the
okay.
end of his turn.
I was just curious.
He is still affected by the telekinetic ray, though.
No, obviously.
All right. Draxon, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna start by moving, and then I'm going to use that on this fire undead.
This one down here.
Yes, sir.
All right. The CR is indeed less than 8, so wisdom save. That's a natural 1. It must obey your commands for 24 hours.
Perfect. And I think that ends my turn. I don't think I can do anything, so that was my action, and I move.
Okay. You have gained control over the spectral form of this fiery tiefling woman. Kurt, you're up.
I'm going to attack the one in front of our bard with my.
Oh. All right. $25 hits. He watches the arrow pierces through. It shudders and shimmers. Ka goes in for the bite, and that hits. All right. This creature is hurt, not too much. It certainly takes the hits.
I'm gonna move at the end of my turn to about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could probably move here.
All right.
Actually, didn't I see a thing that popped up on your thing that said your movement speed is increased when you're in tree form?
Ooh, maybe. Let me look.
I could be wrong, but it was a while back and I thought I read that.
Only if I would have chose the primal beast, it would have.
Oh, my
You were
bad
right,
then.
though. No problem. All right, I'm all good.
All right. At the end of your turn, Xaxas is going to burn his last legendary action to make another eye beam, this time at Tuck. That's a 10. That means Death Ray. Dex save.
That's a 10!
Death save?
Dex save.
Dex. I was going to say, wait a minute.
Well, essentially both.
Yeah. You Cirque du Soleil your way right out of that shit.
If the death ray hits Carl from State Farm, does he like get more health?
I'm gonna go with yes.
All right. So, hang on a minute. I'm just gonna show these guys back on the map just because their turn order disappeared in the thing. All right. So, someone from the stone, Delta watches as Isn't is kind of carried away, and he's going to shift over and seeing the large creature here, he is gonna look over in your direction and Tuck, hand you an arrow and say, "Quick, tie a rope around this."
Sure.
Don't tie your penis around it by mistake.
Nope. Tied my rope. My hemp rope.
I'm gonna say you can burn the reaction to do that if you want.
I will.
Okay. He takes the rope from you, and then aiming it on the bow, he's going to fire it actually at Isn't, and then hold on to the rope. And says, "Sorry about this, but it's going to be a lot better than what you'll take down there." It actually misses. Oh. Actually, he has advantage, so he can make another attack roll. Hang on. Nope, that's crit fail. It goes sailing. The bolt goes sailing over. He kind of holds onto the rope, and he holds onto the bolt before it goes too far off, and he's like, "Damn it!"
Question.
Mhm.
Is Xaxas on the same level as Isn't?
He's 20 feet above, Isn't actually.
Oh, he's 20 feet above Isn't. Okay, never mind. Well, all right. So Isn't is level with this.
Isn't is actually level with the ground floor.
Okay.
The lava drop is 20 feet below, as Xaxas is 20 feet above ground level.
I was trying to figure out the arrow would keep going. So I was going to say, if he misses Isn't, if he had it on an angle, would he hit Xaxas?
No, it would go sailing past Isn't, probably over to the other side of the chasm or something, but he kind of held onto the rope, caught it quick enough, and is trying to rapidly pull the bolt back. All right. So this fella up here is going to take another swipe at Will. That'll miss. No, that'll hit. AC 13. Will, go ahead and make a con save for me. All right. Your HP max is reduced by 19, and you're down.
And I will burn my action now.
Okay. What's your action?
I was holding heal for him.
Okay. You stretch out and watch as the golden energy begins to kind of leave your hand and it begins to circle around Will before it just evaporates. And you hear from the voice of the central creature. I don't know if you speak under common or not. He just, we'll say, he just laughs. Your heal has 0 effect whatsoever.
Wah, wah.
Will, at the start of your turn, I need you to make a death save. One failure. Cause.
So hang on. Does my does the undead that I'm controlling does it not move with them, or does it move with?
Oh, you know what? I forgot about him. What command would you like to give to him?
Good question. I've been trying to think of a good thing to do. So.
You're familiar
Nice.
enough with this particular form of creature that you know it can fly.
Okay, so flying gives me how much?
I'll say he can move 60 feet. Because that's actually what he can move. He can fly 60 feet total.
I want him to fly over to the other wraith and attack it.
Okay.
All right. It flies on through. They're immune to necrotic damage, so it just kind of swipes in, and the other one looks back at it kind of confused.
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
I worry about you, Justin.
Yes, bite will land. But it will land. All right.
Is it still up?
All right. He takes a little bit of damage. Again, the bite not super effective.
All right, I'm gonna actually move.
The other thing you know about wraiths that Malik doesn't is that they're incorporeal. He couldn't have caught him even if he tried.
Well, they have to
I
have
don't
some kind
perceive
of
that.
physicality if they can hit people.
That's necrotic damage that you're taking.
Go on.
All right. Is Ka done?
Yeah.
All right. It started Xaxas' turn. Isn't drops
Cool.
into the.
Wait. Oh. Wait.
Isn't. What?
Did we go? When did Isn't get
It was
paralyzed?
one of those legendary
Yeah.
actions.
Oh, it was after.
At the end of my turn, yeah.
Oh, okay, never
He
mind.
got paralyzed. Somebody else went, and then he got telekinetic.
Oh, okay. No. I was going to say because I didn't realize that all happened on one turn.
All right. Isn't drops into the lava, taking an immediate 63 points of lava damage,
Great.
and is unconscious.
If it makes you feel any better, I couldn't have saved you anyways, apparently.
Well, you could have tried. Xaxas will take, seeing this fella jump forward, is going to take 3 of his eye beams and fire it back at him. All of them at Delta. The first of these is going to be a telekinetic ray, which he probably not going to do super well with. Strength save. Nope. He gets maneuvered over here. Then, the second ray, just for good action. Oops, wrong ray. That's a disintegration ray. And he is restrained by the telekinetic ray, which means disadvantage on the dex save. Nah, that's a failure. Alright. Alright. You watch as he takes a really, really nasty chunk of damage, but somehow, despite that hard disintegration, he's still alive. The final ray is another one. Nope. You watch as he gets picked up to the red eye shoot disintegration rays at this creature at Delta, and he just kind of turns back into the stone and lands right on top of Isn't, who is in the middle of floating in the lava. That's his turn. Tegan.
All right. Well. Why don't we try this? Giant eagles.
There you go.
And oh, you're putting them out there.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll initiative for them.
All right, you're no longer invisible. I should
I wasn't
mention
invisible
that either.
anyway. Yeah. Yeah, that figures. And I want them to be really nowhere where you put them. So
Just drag them wherever you want.
and then as a bonus action, because I'm not really sure why my heal didn't work, because I don't know anything about this fight apparently. So I'm just gonna cast Healing Spirit on top of Will, and hopefully eventually it'll bring him up.
All right. The spirit begins to coalesce on top of Will. It begins to try to pulsate, but the red glow on top of Will from the central eye of this creature seems like it's having an effect. Will takes no healing.
But it's still there, right? And didn't disappear.
The spirit's still there, but yes.
Okay. All right. Well, there's always hope. And then for my movement, I'm going to move over here.
Okay. All right. We move to the top of the round. You'll need to make a dex save. Oh, excuse me, a death save.
I say dex save. Like, I can't fucking move.
You gain 1 success, but because you're in the lava, you also gain 1 failure.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, he, now knowing that you're there with these eagles, is going to turn one of his eyes as a legendary action and fire. I believe that's a petrification ray in your direction taken. Excuse me, nope, it's a paralyzed ray. I need you to make a con save. Ugh. You're paralyzed. And I believe, because you're paralyzed, conjure animals... Well,
Yep.
healing spirits, both healing spirit and conjure animals are concentration, right?
Yeah, that's why I was... So, either way, it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah. They're gone. They're gone either way, I'm afraid. All right, Tuck, you're up.
Paralyzation doesn't break concentration. You have to take damage. Right?
Yeah, because it stops your movements, but not your mind.
It doesn't matter. I screwed up and cast Healing Spirit after I cast Conjure Animals, so I lost the Eagles anyhow. So let's just move on.
Well, you would still have the
I'll give you the eagles back. I'm not going to be super mean to you. I'm going to be tough, but not mean. All right, Tuck, what are you doing?
Thinking.
As my action, I choose to think.
Oh, bother.
um,
He jumps on Xaxas and rides him like a bronco bull.
I'm going to throw my staff at Xaxas. I think I'm in range here. Hang on. I am.
All right, you're throwing your staff at him?
Yeah.
20 hits. All right. You watch as the staff kind of impales right into one of the sharp teeth and kind of chips it a little bit.
Stunning strike.
Okay. Stunning strike has to be a melee strike.
It's a melee strike.
You threw a weapon at him. That's not a melee strike.
A melee weapon. Full weapon.
You have to hit him with a melee weapon attack. I'm not going to allow it. You want to hit him with Sonic Strike? You like jump out onto that lava.
You're the one who gave me a flying staff. I'm just saying. You fucked yourself here. Fine, you bastard. I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay. I was just curious.
You would have failed.
I would have failed. I knew I would have failed. Natural 1. No.
That's
You recall it before it touches the lava.
fuck.
All right, you done?
Give me a second.
Need to read how this works real fast.
And I'm gonna hit this guy.
Okay. Yep, that hits. All right. You punch into him. You watch as the form begins to shimmer and weave, but it stays strong.
Thanks, right.
Okay.
Can't see. Thank you. Fail.
He's stunned.
Now I'm done.
All right. Those of you who are kind of keeping an eye on Xaxas in the midst of all of this can see in the central orb behind the red glow that makes up the eye is the small crystalline shard that makes up the heart of darkness. And as he's kind of looking specifically over in your direction, Tuck and Will and Kurt, there's a soft pulse that emanates from that crystal shard, and you watch where that tooth was chipped. It begins to just restore.
Or that chip was tooth?
Yep, that's what I said.
I'm sorry.
Jake from State Farm.
The crystal begins to restore itself.
The crystal seems like it restores part of Xaxas's damage that he took.
Thank you.
He's gonna dash over there to get in the middle of all this fun. And that's it.
Strong work.
And they can't attack, so.
Your turn, Kent.
I know.
It's not Kit's turn, it's Jake from State Farm's turn.
Yeah, you just said he was going to move him over there as a dash, and he was done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, at the end of his turn, Xaxas is going to use another ray. This one is also going to be at Tegan.
Spells duration.
This one is a sleep ray, but magic can't put you to sleep, so no effect on you. All right. In the midst of all of this, where the rune in the back of the room is, it begins to change to a shape of blue and begins to flicker a little bit with electric arcane energy, and it begins to flash. Kent, I need you to roll.
Yeah.
I need you to roll a d4 for me. Okay. As the essence begins to kind of shimmer a little bit, you watch as both the form of Sir Bradford and Obark begin to form where the rune itself is. And Bradford cries out, I can't believe that worked. And he looks over at Xaxas and he says, It cannot be. From Obark you hear, Focus on the task at hand. I need to roll initiative for Sir Bradford. There we go. All right. Jumping into the fray is Obark. To start. he is going to begin by stretching out his hand, and you watch as magical, familiar, arcane essence begins to flow around it. He is going to begin by stretching out towards Xaxas with his hand, and he is casting Magic Missile at level 4. Which impacts hard. You watch as he reels back and shouts. And at the end of Obark's turn, well, he's going to shift off the platform just a little bit over in that direction. Xaxas is going to burn a ray against him. And that one is a slowing ray. Which unfortunately he does not save against, so Orbark is slowed. Alright. Kent, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to link you something, and I have a question about it.
Okay.
Actually, I'll read this real fast. Bigby's hand.
Mhm.
Okay. In the thing it lists as arcane hand. It says you create a large hand of shimmering translucent force in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. The hand lasts for the spell's duration, and it moves at your command, mimicking the movements of your own hand. The hand is an object, has AC 20 hit points. If it drops 0 hit points, the spell ends. Then
Right.
it says when you cast the spell, and as a bonus action on your subsequent turns, you can move the hand up to 60 feet and then cause one of the following effects with it. Okay. Now,
I have the spell in front of me, so.
it has all of the following effects. And I know it can be used to grapple, to do this, to do that. But what I would like to do is I would like to move to here. I'd like to cast Bigby's hand and just straight up pick up and drag him out as a bonus action, pull him up and out in 60 feet and plop him somewhere right around here.
Okay, so what's the movement speed of that sucker?
Well, it says 60 feet as a bonus action, so...
Okay, so yeah, you can conjure it, lift him up, 5, 10, 20, 30, and you can drop him over here if you wish.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Now, I realize
here's the bad news.
That he can see me now.
Yes.
Yeah, I got
no
that
longer
part.
Invisible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why can't he see you?
Because he can't concentrate on his invisibility and the Bigby's hand.
Ah.
And for what it's worth, I took a look. Paralysis would end the concentration on the eagles, but taking you're blessed by your particular patron in this case, and the eagles are staying there regardless. Because retcon.
Okay.
All right, Kent.
Because of what reason? Sorry.
I said because you helped your matron out earlier.
Oh, okay.
Basically, she was allowing these eagles to stay even though you're not concentrating on the spell.
Okay.
Okay, and yes, he can see me, so I assume he is going to attack me.
So, he has one legendary action left in his arsenal. Are you done with your turn?
Yeah. Oh, you know something? I moved 20 feet. I'm going to move another 10 to get back over here.
Okay. You move closer to Isn't. At the end of your turn, he's going to immediately look back at you and utter, this time in common,
My sword! My sword! Give me back my sword!
And he's going to fire. This one is a disintegration ray.
Disadvantage.
Yep. Well, yeah. So you're the one who has to make the save.
Right. So am I making it with advantage?
He has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. It doesn't have any effect on saving throws.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. What am I rolling?
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I get one high back. That's it.
Listen, lady, it's like you've been talking to me for over a year, so you didn't know it, but I've heard everything.
God.
Chris, I can hear everything that goes on when I was using my other microphone. I've tried to tell you.
How about GFY? Is that good enough? Do you all hear that okay?
Yep, crystal clear. That's a fantastic microphone you have.
So
My wife. My wife.
What am I rolling here?
Can I make my death?
Dex.
Can I make my death save now, please?
I think you've already failed it.
All right.
Dex save.
All right.
Nope. All right, you are impacted by this hard, forceful beam, taking 43 points of force damage.
Okay. I'll subtract that.
All right, Draxon.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer and use an action and a bonus action. First action is going to be casting Shield of Faith.
All right, is that on yourself?
Yes.
All right, your AC goes up 20 while you're concentrating.
Okay, and then my bonus action is going to be.
Oh. Shit.
Nailed it.
Killy, I have to
Magic
roll
weapon.
a con save.
For the Bigsby's hand, yes. Equals. I'm trying to remember what is half the damage
10
taken.
plus half damage.
No, it's not 10
No,
plus
it's
half the
it's
damage.
just half damage if it's greater than. Okay, you're right.
It's 10 or half the damage taken. So half 43, 21. So now Bigsby's hand, you break concentration on it as you take that beam.
Fair enough. Thank you.
All right. Justin, magic weapon is a bonus action, so you can't cast Shield of Faith and magic weapon. You can cast one or the other.
Oh, my bad.
They're also both
Then-
concentration, so you can't have both of them up at the same time.
That works. Okay, I'll keep the Shield of Faith for now.
Okay.
So then I'm going to go ahead and toss. I can still attack, correct?
Mhm.
All right, I'm going to toss my javelin at the wraith next to.
You had a javelin the whole time?
Yeah.
Javelin throwing range is 30 feet or at 120 feet with disadvantage. So if you want to not get disadvantage on the roll, you're going to have to move a little bit closer.
Isn't he attacking the
To
wraith?
hit the wraith? Yeah.
Oh, the
Hitting the
Wraith.
Wraith.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can do that. And because he's paralyzed, no, I take that back. He's stunned. You have advantage on the attacks. So. All right, just roll that again because you got advantage. Ugh, neither attack lands. I'm afraid. Well, the attack has advantage. It does not land. It flies past the wraith and into the stone wood beyond, where it goes. Ding, 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 ding.
All right, that ends my turn.
All right. Kurt, you're up next.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm gonna move over here and attempt to stabilize our friend. Even though he can't be healed, maybe he'll not be dying.
Make a medicine check. All right, Will, you're
how's it
stabilized.
Woo! Not dead.
So clear your death saves and everything. You are stabilized, but yeah, you're not dying right now.
Is that bonus or action?
That's your action to stabilize.
Okay, that's fine. As my bonus action, I'm gonna throw Hunter's Mark up on the central boss there.
Okay. Alrighty. I assume you're done.
Yeah, I think the snake can only attack if I attack. So yeah, I'm done.
Yep. All right. Are you changing the instructions for the wraith under your command, Draxon?
I would imagine so, but I gotta be honest, I have no idea what he. Because obviously attacking the other wraith is not viable.
If
Well,
only there
there's
was
two
something
wraiths.
huge and skeletal you could go smack.
Floating in the air away from anyone
Right.
who's melee.
I guess this thing does fly and float, so yeah, it won't burn up in the lava.
Or if it could burn up in the lava, that's one less thing you have to worry about later. I don't know if that would work though.
I'm not too concerned. I control it for I think 24 hours, so
Mhm.
it'll probably die before we have to worry about that.
Only one way to find out.
Does this thing have any sort of range attack, or is it just slapping people?
It's just slapping people. It has to be within melee range. It drains the
Alright,
health of the creature.
Alright, well then I wanted to go attack Big Skull Man. Try to hurt him.
You watch as the spectral form.
move
You watch the spectral form of the tiefling fire gal floats up towards Xaxas, stretches out its hand, and it's going to attempt to swipe at him. Actually hits. And funny enough, Xaxas is not immune to necrotic.
Because Xaxas is a bitch.
Xaxas takes the full 24 points of damage. He has to make a con save, which is something he does do really well. Alright, so his damage, or his hit point maximum is not reduced. Bradford, seeing Will be down, is not especially happy. Unfortunately, his options are kind of limited. Especially because I didn't take a really good time to take a look over what all he can do. But he's going to begin by moving over in Will's direction and looking over at Xaxas, and he's going to hold his action. And he has experience fighting a beholder before, so he's going to wait to see if Xaxas does something in particular before he takes his action. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Alright. Will, you're stabilized. You don't have to worry about anything right now. The Eagles are next.
Hold on.
What?
Thinking about that last melee attack that dropped me down, I looked at my armor class of 13 and I thought that seemed low. So I'm wearing that glamored stuttered leather armor. And it says my armor class is 13 plus my dex modifier, which would give me a 16. I believe those melee attacks would have missed had they attempted to hit an armor class of 16, which is my armor class. Now, I know it's water under the bridge at this point. I'm not asking for anything to be changed, but I am just pointing that out for future reference.
Okay, that's fine. That seems right. I was wondering why it was so low. Okay, so your AC has been changed. You're stabilized for the time being. Alright, the Eagles are next.
Okay, so I'm going to do two things. Start with this eagle. And I double checked my distance. He is going to fly and land on the beholder's eye and try to cover up the eye.
Okay, this should be easy, but go ahead and just make a dex check for the eagle. Alright. It covers up the central eye, which kind of blocks it. You watch as the red shimmer begins to temporarily fade in the midst of that moment. Sir Bradford is going to use his held action. Reaching his hand down towards Will, he is going to cast Cure Wounds. Only at first level, because that's all he can manage, but Will gets 3 hit points back.
Okay. And then with the second eagle, I am going to fly over to our friend here.
You know what? I take that back. Instead of Cure Wounds, he's just going to dump lay hands on you. Give yourself 20 hit points back.
Okay. He's going to fly over our other little villain here and try to grapple him and then fly straight up with the rest of his movement speed, which is 40.
Okay.
And that should pull him out.
So a couple things happen there. He swoops down to try to grab this spectral wraith, and again, the wraith is incorporeal. He just flies right through it. He's actually immune to being grappled.
Okay. Well, in that case, he's just going to try to attack it then.
Okay.
Just to see if anything will actually hit him.
Yeah, that'll hit him.
Your claw has no effect on me. Ah, Pink!
Yeah, you can grab him, but I can get back on the beat.
All right.
Okay.
All right. He swoops in towards him, sweeping in with the beak. You watch as it kind of tears into the spectral form of the Garg Shatterkeel, which shimmers for a little bit, but otherwise is still standing. All right. Kaz up next.
I'm gonna hit him. How's a 30 sound?
Yeah.
For nice second
25.
roll, me. Oh, what?
All right. You pierce hard into him. He is just shy.
Okay. Well, in that case, Kaz gonna move. That's not gonna do any good. Never mind. I'll just stay.
Okay. Now it's
Okay.
the big fella's turn. He is going to begin by getting rid of this eagle. Or try to do anyway. Using one of the spare orbs he has, he's going to begin by firing a death ray at it. I need the eagle to make a dex save. He cries out,
Ah, get out of my eye! I hate birds!
Yeah, as many problems as I might have with The Last Jedi, you know the part where Finn was charging the fucking Death Star laser that was on the ground?
uh-huh.
I could just picture the bird just going, you just see it melt from the inside out.
All right. It shoots its death ray at the eagle, which just evaporates. It then takes another one of its ray. It's going to shoot it at the other wraith, because it's not having that. And this one is going to be an enervation ray. And the wraith is immune to necrotic, so it has no effect. So the third ray, again, at the wraith. 6 is telekinetic. All right. It's just going to start dragging it down right towards the lava. Unfortunately, it's going to be 10 feet shy of the lava, but it's going to move him out of the way. And while it's being moved out of the way, he's going to burn his reaction to attempt to bite it. Critting. All right. That particular individual, the one that looks like the tiefling, gets really badly injured, and it looks like it's about to shimmer and fade as it begins to float down towards the lava. Tegan, you are paralyzed. You can't do anything. At the end of your turn, you can repeat the con save. You are no longer paralyzed. We begin with Isn't making a death save.
Woohoo. Boo-doo.
1 success. And go ahead. You're paralyzed from the last one, right? Just go ahead and make a con save. Alright, you're still paralyzed.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll never be unparalyzed. This is my life now.
Xaxas is going to burn a legendary action to fire a ray over at the other eagle. That's a hell of a cocked one, but sure. And this one's going to be a charm ray. So I need that eagle to make a wisdom save. Alright. It is charmed. It doesn't attack. That means it doesn't attack you guys, but it means it can't attack Xaxas while it's charmed. Alright. Tuck, you're up.
I'm gonna hit this guy one.
Alright, advantage on the attack, so you can roll again if you want. He's still stunned. Yep, that hits. Alright. You clock it hard against him, finishing him off with one final blow.
Over here, and I'm going to throw my staff at Dingledorf, floating in the air. Oops. God damn it.
We'll count the 12. 12, either way, it does not hit.
Yeah.
It goes sailing past him, you recall the staff back.
And I'm going to stay right here.
Okay. For a lair action, you watch as the spectral void tendrils begin to kind of form on the edges of the wall again. He has to burn it. And it's Jake from State Farm's turn.
Just gonna move and I guess hang out because he can't attack that thing without dying. So
In Japan, they call this kamikaze.
At the end of his turn, Xaxas is going to burn another legendary action to fire a beam at Tuck. This one is a telekinetic ray. I need Tuck to make its strength save.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I drink a potion as a reaction?
No.
Suck.
You don't need to.
Yeah.
I am Tuck, hear my penis roar.
That's right.
Bark, slowed as he is going to trickle his way down in this direction. And stretching his hand out, he is going to... he's going to go ahead and cast Magic Missile again, this time at 5th level. That's another 20 points of damage. Impacting into this creature.
He's shooting it at Xaxas?
Yep.
Does it look like it hurts him?
Oh, yeah. Hurts him real good, in fact.
And to be clear, fire hurt him earlier.
Yep. And he has to make a dex save at the end of his turn. Yeah, no dice. Okay. He's still slowed. Can't you're up.
Yeah, 1 second. Just gotta see. So Kent's going to move over to here, and he's going to cast Immolation on target creature.
Alrighty. Dex save? No. You watch as the flames around him begin to burn. As flames around him begin to burn, hurting him pretty badly.
Zero suppression spells duration. And other than that, I'm going to hopefully not die when he shoots shit at me later. Okay.
Okay. And Immolation is concentration, so
yes,
what
I know.
That's worth. So, at the end of your turn, he's going to fire a ray right back at you. That's a death ray.
It was nice knowing you all.
Dex save.
Yeah.
Well,
you all watch as this ray blasts into Kent, and the necrotic energy kind of wraps around him. His body begins to kind of crust and crumble and disintegrate.
All we are is dust in the wind.
Draxon, you're up next. You hear Obar cry out, "Not for much longer." Well, except he's slowed, so it's like, "Not for much longer."
All right. I'm going to move a little bit closer. And thinking for just a second, sorry.
As Kent gets impacted by the necrotic ray, by the way, you watch as this ghostly spectral essence gets seems to like it just kind of coalesces where he once stood. It gets shot up, and it begins to get sucked into the crystal shard that is in the central body of Xaxas.
Interesting. All right, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and try to toss my javelin at him.
All right, go for it. 19 barely misses.
All right, well, I'm gonna use my extra attack. Try again.
Sure, go for it. You pull out 2 javelins, chuck, chuck, sploosh, sploosh, right into the lava.
That ends my turn, I think.
All right. Kurt, you're up.
Perfect.
I'm gonna move back a couple of spaces. That's a move.
Sure.
I am going to use a charge from my bow to shoot the target. Should have been with advantage, so I'm going to roll again just to see if I crit.
Okay.
No, 17?
Miss. No.
Okay, perfect.
The arrow goes right through its open mouth, past the open part of its skull, and just goes right past. All right. This wraith happens to no longer be telekinesis, but it doesn't fall because it happens to have the hover property. So I'm going to assume it's just going to shoot back up and attack Xaxas. Again.
Yep, that's what it's gonna do.
Yep, miss. All right. Sir Bradford sees Kent's body in the evaporated soul that it has become, and he looks a little shocked for a moment. He is going to run over towards Kent, and he's going to pull out a scroll. He unfurls it, and he's going to fervently begin reading off of it. The scroll evaporates, and he curses. Will, you're up.
Question: the mirrors that I can see and that I saw when the tendrils recoiled from the earlier mist disintegration ray.
Mm-hmm.
Are the mirrors glass or are they silvered metal?
They look like they're glass.
All right. Let's try this. I'm going to move. Move over here. And I'm going to give what for with the wand of magic missiles. Can I target the crystal?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to use a full. Actually, yeah, I'll use a full fusillade of 7 magic missiles on the crystal.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. All right. You unleash the full fuselage of the magic missiles as they shoot off. You actually watch as Obar kind of stretches out his hand and says, "Wait!" And you watch as the magic missiles begin to kind of coalesce onto the central part of the crystal. It's actually going to do double damage to Xaxas. But you also hear the cries of a bunch of souls kind of just cry out in pain.
I can live with that.
including your masters.
All right, that kind of sucks. Bonus action. I'm going to throw a healing word on Kent.
He's dead.
Oh, I didn't realize he was like dead.
Yeah, he's
Death
dust.
Ray.
He's gone.
That's what
He's not dust.
disintegration means.
It wasn't. Hang on. It wasn't disintegration. It was death. His
Or
body's
death
still
ray, sorry.
there.
Oh,
Can,
that's
can
right.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. Will you allow me to change my action?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to move over to him. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I thought it was disintegration, Killy. That's my bad.
No. Death ray. Same effect, but instead of you turning to dust, you're just
I'm
dead.
gonna cast Revivify.
Okay. You hear as Kent's soul is basically ripped from the central shard and placed right back in his body. Kent, you have 1 hit point and you're back to life.
Yay!
Going
Now-
somewhere? Says Will.
I'll add for your benefit, Will. In order to do that, you had to take a diamond worth 300 gold out, so just deduct 300 gold from your total.
Will do. I'll take that off my personal gold.
Mm-hmm. All right. The eagle is up next. It's charmed, so it cannot hit Xaxas.
Everything else is dead, right? I'm not missing anything other than the other.
Except for the one that Draxon seems to be controlling.
Yeah. Alright, well, the eagle's just going to sit there.
Ka is up next.
So, how would you feel about Kai using his action to do a medicine check for Isn't?
No, I don't think so.
He's a super intelligent being.
That's brilliant.
He has no arms with which to inject.
Inject? What? What is he?
He's got built-in injectors.
Does your snake have a medicine kit on him?
You don't need a medicine check to. I mean, you don't need a medicine kit to do a medicine check.
No, but you
I
do
didn't-
need a
I
medicine
didn't
kit
sit
to
down.
stabilize.
Well, you need a medicine kit to increase your chances of stability.
He's like a Saint Bernard of giant snakes.
Okay, here's what I'll say. How does he stabilize him? Convince me. How does he stabilize him?
Putting pressure on the wound.
Cutting off circulation to wherever the wound is.
Well, that's how you lose
You
a limb.
You fell into the lava and got third-degree burns all over the backside of your body.
Well, let me ask you this: how would anyone else stabilize him then? If that's going to be your case,
With a medicine check.
That's
With a medicine
what
kit.
I'm asking.
Make a medicine check.
A healer's kit
Make a
allows
medicine
you
check.
to not have to make a check. It's on. It's
Make a
automatic.
medicine check. Make a
All right.
medicine check.
1 sec. What is medicine? Wisdom. All right.
And I couldn't stun him with a melee weapon strike? Just saying.
No, you do not stabilize him.
I appreciate the effort, though.
Xaxas is going to turn all 3 beams against Tuck.
Let's go.
The first of these is a telekinetic ray, strength save.
Oh.
No, you're dragged over the lava. Second beam. Fear ray. Wisdom save. No, you're frightened. Third beam. Is a good one. Petrification, dex save. You're restrained, so disadvantage. No, you're restrained further, and you have to repeat the end of the save on the next turn or turn to stone. Alright, Tegan.
Alright, so qualifying question. Since I'm not technically concentrating on the eagles, can I still dismiss the eagles?
Sure.
Okay, then I dismiss the eagle.
You dismiss the eagle as a free action. It's gone.
Okay, then as a have temp. You know what? The heck, this is what I'm doing. I'm aiming at the big ugly eye, and I'm going to hit him with this just because. Why not?
Ooh, all right. Just fails. 39 points of necrotic. Ouch. All right. He's looking pretty badly injured.
And then, as my bonus action,
Oh, you know what?
going.
I just realized that has no effect on undead.
Oh, yep. Never mind. And the sad thing is, I read that earlier. Bonus
Sorry.
action. That's all right. It's just the way my eating's going. To heal up isn't with my Fey energy.
Okay. Funny enough, his cone is not facing Isn't at this moment. He figured Isn't was kind of out of the picture, so that does heal Isn't up.
I have returned.
The scepter's still paralyzed.
Yeah. So you can't do anything on your turn, so you need to make a con save at the end of your turn.
Great. Guess what?
You're no
Ah,
longer
nat 20.
paralyzed. All right. At the end of your turn, he is now focused. Tuck's kind of gonna be in a position here pretty soon, so he's gonna use a legendary action to fire a ray. This one is going to be. We're gonna say this one's gonna be at Sir Bradford. No, I take that back. This one's gonna be at the snake. All right, I need the snake to make a dex save.
20.
Yeah, it avoids the worst of the effects. It is not slowed. All right, Tuck. You are. You're still
But I'm not petrified.
You are not petrified. Repeat the saving throw at the end of its next turn. You can still attack. I'll say you're not
Can I?
petrified. I mean, yeah, you're restrained, but you're not. And you're afraid, so you can attack. It's just going to be at disadvantage.
Okay. Well,
The 20 will hit. The 14 will not. All right. You watch as the staff chips that same tooth.
Stunning strike, can't save. I'm in melee range.
No, you're not. You're 20 feet below him.
Oh, you're full of shit. Bastard.
Oh,
It's a beholder. He's going to fly out of the range of the melee just for that reason.
Uh-huh. Do I dex save again, or do I use the one that I had already?
You're no longer being turned to stone. You have to make I believe it's another wisdom save to see if you can shake off the fear.
Disadvantage again, or?
No, just straight up wisdom save.
No. Wisdom.
No, you're still frightened. All right. For his lair action, the spectral eye is going to.
Just 1 second.
What's up?
I just want to check something.
Uh-huh.
Where is it? Where is it?
I'm going to see if you can just shake it with stillness of mind, I think is the ability.
Yes, I'm trying to find it. It's my action. Okay, never mind.
Body. Nope, that's not it.
No, it's this one here. I thought it was reaction, but it's action, so I can't.
Yep. You already burned your action. All right.
It's fine.
Where's lair action? Spectral eye forms back here. It's going to fire a ray at Ka. This one is petrification. I need Ka to make a dex save. God. All right. Yeah, fine. You don't turn to stone. Jeez. Jake from State Farm. Just kind of staring over this lava pit.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess just gonna hang out. They can't do anything.
All right. Obark on his turn. we're just going to go ahead and burn another magic missile. This one's going to be at 5th level. Alright. So, 17 plus 7 points of damage to Xaxas. Alright. You watch his magic missiles just constantly shoot out, impacting him pretty hard. And at the end of his turn, he has to make a save against the slow dex. Show me something. There we go. He's no longer slowed. Alright. At the end of Obark's turn, Xaxas is going to look at burn a legendary action. He's actually going to fire a ray at the Wraith there. Just so he doesn't have to deal with him. This one. It's going to be a slowing ray. Which is not quite the one I wanted, but hey. Alright, slowed. Alright, Kent, you're up. You return from the dead.
Just because I have a sneaking suspicion. Where's that thing looking?
Right now, it's looking up at the central eye. Looks like it's actually looking up at Tegan.
All right. So greater invisibility again.
Done.
And then I am going to move. Wrong thing. Hold on. I'll move to there.
Okay. Alright. At the end of your turn, he's going to burn his last legendary action. Nope, second legend. Which one is it? I burned one as a lair action. Slowing. 1, 2. No, that is his last legendary action. He's going to burn his last legendary action. He's going to fire at the Wraith again. I think that might be the same damn ray.
It is.
Alright, well, never mind then. Jackson, you're up.
All right.
Firing 2 javelins right from the back, firing them away. Both of them.
Javelin's
Yep.
great.
Strong work.
Alright, Kurt, you're up.
What size is this thing in like D&D terms?
Large.
Large, you say? Okay.
Just read that again so I can double check and see what that does. Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I have a feeling this creature wouldn't know what that does, so you should just probably stop reading, right?
I just wanted to make sure it was. I just wanted to double check to see if it was concentration mostly.
It is, yeah. Okay. Fuck it, I'm just gonna shoot him.
Alright. What hunter's
That's
mark?
Hunter's Mark and not Bow of the Wilds, alright? 12. And it's supposed to be with the damage. So
28 hits.
Does 28 hit?
Yep. Oh yeah. Alright. The spectral form of a bear unleashes from your bow and impacts into the side of this creature.
He's knocked back 5 feet. Also, do an additional 4 damage for being my favorite enemy.
Okay.
Please.
And Wraith and Tuck get to do an attack of opportunity.
They're 20 feet below. The Wraith.
The Wraith does. Tuck doesn't.
Wraith or Tuck throws his staff.
Not. Alright. The Wraith is slowed. It's gonna actually it just took a reaction because it was slowed, so it can't really do much. It's just gonna move right up next to him, and that's the end of its turn.
Well, so can I potentially try to change his motive since he's under my control?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
So I know he's slowed. I don't know how that affects his movement. Is it halved?
He can take actions or reactions, but not both, and his movement is halved.
Okay. So what I'm thinking of trying to do is seeing if the Wraith can't grab Tuck and get him out of the lava.
The Wraith is incorporeal. They cannot grab him.
I'm sorry, incorporeal.
It means that you can put your hand through it, and it does not. It's not of this.
It has no
It's like
physical
a
body.
ghost.
It's
It has
all
no
on the
physical
same
body.
plane. Oh, that's right, because I couldn't save. Couldn't save.
Yeah,
Isn't
the
earlier. That's
the
right.
claws could not pick him up, but the beak hit him every.
So you're saying I can bite him and try to fly him off?
No, no.
If
I'm
you
saying
were to if you were to
he's
have
not
him
gonna
swoop
let you do it.
down, yeah, if you were to try to swoop down and grab him, his arms would just go right through Tuck.
I know. All right, so then just keep the same objective. Then just stay with the boss.
Okay. All right, that's done. All right, Bradford on his turn is going to look around, seeing Tuck kind of suspended there. He's going to move 25 feet, and he's actually going to stretch out his hand. He's going to remove the shield from his hand, stretch out his hand, and you see there's actually a ring around his finger. He's going to stretch it around over in Tuck's direction. And he and Xaxas, because they're both telekinetic, he has a telekinetic ring. They need to make opposed wisdom checks, we'll say. That's Xaxas's. Oof. No. He tries to pull away and try to grab you with his telekinetic ring, but Xaxas's will is too strong and it doesn't quite grasp around you. Alright, Will, you're next.
All right. I wish I had a way of, wishes and fishes. I'm going to. I'm so tempted to do that magic missile again at the crystal. Instead, I'm going to do it at Xaxas and not at the crystal.
Okay. Alright. You impact into him. You watch as the bone begins to kind of crack and shimmer a little bit.
Who looks the most injured at this point?
Before that, let me ask, was that from the magic missile one?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
need
all
to roll a
7
d20.
charges.
Yeah, I need to roll a d20. I'm gonna.
Okay, it's not broken. Right now, Ism looks really bad off, and actually Kent only has 1 hit point, so but he's invisible. You don't see where he went.
All right, so I can't healing word. I'll healing word isn't. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll use a. Hold on. I'm gonna use a 4th level cast of healing word on isn't.
Okay. Because he has his focus attention dragged over to Tegan instead, isn't you gain the full benefit of that.
Sweet.
All right.
And
Yeah.
Anything else?
I stay where I am and not move.
I already
Oh,
so
adjusted
I'm
you.
done.
Oh, okay.
All right. Ka is up next.
After seeing isn't up and about, knowing that Ka is now a full medical doctor, he will simply move this way. Let me see how far
Okay.
that is. Yeah, he can move.
All right. That Coster?
No, one sec. I'm still trying to see how far he can move. There you go. Well done.
Okay. All right. On Xaxas' turn, he is going to shift his attention back around. You watch as the body kind of shifts around to focus his central attention back in this general vicinity, but at the same time, the red orbs that kind of float around him are focusing their attention over in Ka's direction. He's going to fire 3 rays over at Ka. The first of these is a charm ray. Actually, I might not fire the other 2. We'll see. All right, second ray.
What's next?
Is a telekinetic ray. Third
Next.
ray.
This is insane.
Fear ray.
What?
Son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
Your snake has the power of Mileki behind it. Tegan, you're up. The red eyes begin to kind of shift off of you.
Okay. That only affects healing, right? That's not a regular beholder ray, so I can still cast, correct?
As far as you know.
Okay. Nothing else has worked tonight, so why not try something stupid? Let's cast this at him.
That's what
see
I say
happens.
all the time.
Alright, you shoot the lightning bolt. Comes shooting out. It impacts him for the full effect. Alright. It begins to kind of shimmer and fade a little bit. He looks really badly injured at this point.
And, you said we can't see Kent, right? He's hiding in
He's
the mist
invisible.
somewhere.
Mhm.
So, I will go ahead and burn 5 more fate energy on isn't then.
No effect.
Yeah, figures.
His eyes focusing in that direction now.
Alright. You said it moved off me, you didn't say it was actually focusing on him, so.
It's focusing in that general vicinity.
Okay.
Fair
enough.
The ability reads, it creates an invisible, magical 150-foot cone of negative energy. At the start of each of its turns, he decides which way the cone faces and whether the cone is active. It is active. Any creature in that area cannot regain any hit points.
Yeah. Yep, I got you. I'm with you. When you said it moved off me, it's fine. It's all good.
Okay. We move to the top of the round, which isn't.
Alright, so am I still laying on the ground or am I up?
You're prone on the ground.
Okay. Well, that takes half my movement to move up, yeah?
Correct.
Alright, so I'm gonna stand. And then... How tall is this statue?
10, probably about 4 or 5 feet.
So, could I run across this, and then jump over here?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to try and Misty Step on top of the Beholder.
Alright, roll D10 for me.
Sounds like a plan, Stan. Burn this charge real quick.
It'd be so great if you rolled a 1.
It wouldn't be.
1 yet. You Misty Step on top of the Beholder's head, who
Yeah,
is
I'm just
immediately
gonna-
stunned.
I'm going to bring my daggers into his eye, or my swords into his eye on my way down.
Alright, go for it.
Boop, boop. Boop.
17 misses, 23 does not, and 30 certainly hits.
Alright, there's that. There's that. Oh, I actually get advantage on both those. Because I have my Mariner's Revenge on him. So let me
That's
reroll him. Oh, that's the wrong one. 2 Furies. There we go.
Alright. We'll count the first swing of the Fury, the 23 and the 17 as the first swing of the Fury, so I'm going to say that one hits. The Mariner's Revenge, that's going to hit. The second swing of Mariner... you don't get 2 swings of Mariner's Revenge.
I didn't mean to Mariner's. I meant to hit Fury. It was one above where I meant to hit.
Okay. 24 will land, so I'll say all 3 attacks land.
Ballin'. Then there's 9 slashing, 4 plus 2 slashing for Mariners, and then 11 for the second Fury, and then there's my sneak attack because I have advantage.
Yep. Alright. So... Alright. At the end of your turn, he's going to look up. He's looking really badly hurt, but one of the red orbs is going to look over in your direction, and it's going to fire a ray at you. This one. It's a petrification ray.
Oh my
You are
fucking
turning to
god,
stone.
you gotta be kidding me.
And are restrained. Talk, you're up.
Well, yeah, he starts turning to stone, right? He's not fully stone yet.
He's not fully stoned unless he fails at the end of his next turn, excuse me.
Good. I should throw my staff at him twice.
So, one thing I forgot, because I forgot about it. At the start of his turn, you're no longer telekinetic, so you dropped into the lava. So you're actually in the lava, and you start You take 45 points of damage as you land in there, and yeah, you're in the lava.
So here's a question: how far down is the lava from the bird statue thing?
The bird statue thing is about 5 feet. If you wanted to get to the top of the bird statue, it'd be 25 feet.
Can I tie a rope with a bonus action
Where are you tying it?
around my staff and me?
Okay. Sure, I'll allow it.
And I'm going to throw my staff with my right hand to the right of the bird statue in kind of a circular motion. And when it hits the left side, I'm going to call it back to me with my left hand.
Okay. Clever. Go ahead and make an attack roll with the staff. Okay. What is it? You're basically trying to use this thing as a grapple?
Yeah, and pull myself up out of the lava.
You pull yourself up to the top of the statue and perch upon it, brooding Batman style.
That's right. Monk things.
Monk shit.
Haha. And just because I'm a new over here, for now, I burn my action and my reaction.
Okay.
I'm going to wait.
All right. A couple of things happen. Firstly, you watch as the crystal that makes up the central form of this creature pulses, and again, some of its form begins to get restored, but it pulses much larger this time around. And as it pulses, the blobs that make up the outer edge of the wall drop, revealing nothing but mirror. And the central eye and all the red eyes reflect across the mirrors and illuminate the entire room in this red light. Jake from State Farm.
Since he's useless, he's just gonna jump in the lava.
All right, Jake from State Farm jumps into the lava.
Ka hears Jake from Snake Farm, and he's like, "Hmm?"
Jake burns to a crisp.
Peace out, Jake. Should have worn them khakis.
All right. At the end of Jake's turn, Xaxas looks temporarily confused, but then turns around. He's going to attempt to fire another ray at that damn snake. This is a charm ray.
Oh, that's for me. Whiz.
Yep. Listen. Your snake is charmed. All right. Bobark on his turn is going to move forward, seeing the opportunity before him and seeing the danger before him. He's going to stretch out his hands, and he is going to cast Magic Missile one more time, and this one is at 8th level.
That's a lot of D4s. Unfortunately, he rolled all ones.
Not all ones.
No, I know.
In fact, he rolled plenty of 4s there. All right. So funny enough, as he stretches out his hand, you watch as this large conglomeration of arcane energy begins to coalesce and form. It shoots out, and as it begins to coalesce, he says, "It's been too long, but finally!" You watch as the magic missiles begin to coalesce around the body of this creature, impact into him. You watch as the bony shards begin to shatter and crackle and dissipate. As the features of this demigod begin to fade, I need you to go ahead and make one more dex save against the petrification.
Hey.
You shake off the petrification, and I need you to make one more dex save to leap off of Xaxas' body before it begins to go down into the lava.
Can I just Misty Step?
Sure. Just make a D10 roll for me.
You know, Killy is praying, right?
You Misty Step off.
Alright, I'm just gonna... Whoop.
Alright. You are out of combat. You watch as the form of this creature begins to crack, crumble, and dissipate. the lava that makes up the central portion of this pool begins to just sink down, sinking further and further down, and the crystal that makes up the central shard of the Heart of Darkness just hovers into the air, and it pulsates with this black glowing energy.
Killy, because I don't want to miss anything, but I have to pee very badly. Can we hold off on the rest part of it for 1 minute?
Before that happens,
Okay.
how badly do you need to pee? If we could take a 5-minute break if we really badly.
Like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Like
Five.
I've been sitting
Quick.
here dancing.
Yeah. Quick 5-minute break.
I'm gonna bio too. But
I'm gonna refill.
Billy, is there a way for me to just message you?
/W space Dungeon Master Manjaro. I think we should do it.
Yeah, if you just start typing dungeon, you should be able to hit down and space, and it should autofill, I think, for you. Or down and enter, maybe?
I think tab, actually. Yeah, just /W space Dungeon Master Manjaro. It should also maybe show a drop down that you might be able to click there too.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, I'm back. Miles, I'm going to send you something on your phone that I think you should listen to. Just real quick, it's like a 5-second clip.
I'm going to take a quick 5-minute bio myself then.
Wow, thank you.
I just found that. I don't know why I find that so funny.
Damn it. I even knew exactly what was going to happen. I still watched the whole thing.
Oh, shit. Wee! Oh, by the way, we got that server tower up and running, so I'm going to start that Minecraft server up, I think, later this week.
Super. Do you care if I give Josh the stuff too? He's been wanting to play Minecraft, and I've been telling him no.
No, that's fine. I can give you the information.
Sweet.
Yep, we got everything on it. We just need to start downloading a bunch of stuff and get all
Hit me up
the
with the
drivers.
Minecrafts.
Yeah, I'm gonna get full craft downloaded and get the server on, so we can try that out.
during this brief downtime, I just want to tell you all that I'm judging the science fair tomorrow from middle school and high schoolers, and I can't wait to be super
You cut out at the end. You can't wait to be super what?
critical.
Oh.
I'm going to tell those kids just how shitty their project is.
Are you doing
Wow,
the STEM thing?
Don't break their hopes and dreams. Holy shit.
If you're going to come to me with a science fair project as a senior in high school, and your project is, does brushing your teeth reduce plaque more than chewing gum? Let me find out. No, fuck you. That's a stupid idea. You just wanted to be in the science fair.
Sorry about that, guys. I let the dog out too real quick, so.
Sure.
This is bad and you should feel bad.
Miles is talking about he was going to judge a bunch of kids at a science fair tomorrow.
Nice. You fucking
I'm
ripping
really
thing.
excited.
See, I wouldn't even judge them on the whole science fair. I'd just be like, you fail at life. You fail at life.
I just think of like the Emperor Palpatine skit from Star Wars. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Oh, he's going up the escalator?
Yeah!
My lord, Stormtrooper. My lord, Stormtrooper. My lord, Stormtrooper. My lord, fuck you.
So I got to read all the abstracts today, and one of them literally had the word IMA. I-M-M-A. IMA. I was like, well, the balls on this kid. How did it get past his teacher to proofread it? To turn it in? How did he get this far? I just don't understand.
Maybe
I
it's
think
an
you're giving the
acronym
teacher
for
too much
something.
credit.
I heard the teacher too much credit. What did you say, Ken?
Maybe it's an acronym for something.
Yeah, it's not.
I think we're just waiting on Pan to get back.
I'm back.
Okay. So, after that, so the floating heart of darkness, this crystal shard, which is pulsating with the same heartbeat that is on your staff, Kent, is just glowing there. The lava dissipates down and begins to fade, and you can see into the hole beyond. Those of you with dark vision, there is the glint of treasure below.
It's lava.
The lava is gone.
Yeah, you'll float.
No, oh, okay.
The lava's gone. As soon as Xaxas died, whatever was keeping the lava in place as a protection measure just caused it to disappear.
Well,
So
you gotta tell me what's in that hole then.
I'm gonna reach before we do that. I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out an artifact and toss it.
Okay. He pulls out an artifact, drops it. I need everyone to make.
You fucking traitorous bitch. What are you trying to do to me right now? I'll kill you.
You know what? There is no saving throw. It just happens.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
I did move up, but he still can't see me, right?
He still can't see you, but it still affects you.
Okay.
All right. You drop the bead, and Draxon, time freezes around you. You watch as everybody in the midst of talking, catching a breath, making sure everybody's okay, and everything stops. In the midst of this, you look around briefly at you, and you hear Obark say, "You played your part well." You watch as Obark flies up next to the Heart of Darkness. He reaches out his hand, and you watch Kent frozen in time as the staff flies from his hand into Obark's. He stretches out the staff towards the Heart of Darkness and pulls back his hood. And when he pulls back his hood, you can see where his eyes were kind of hidden, his face was hidden. Half of him is flesh, half of him is skeletal. And his eyes are glowing green. As he pulls back the staff, pointing it at the Heart of Darkness, he utters, "Ancient spirits of this dread realm, let my call overwhelm. Swell in anger, sate your rage, break free from this iron cage. Death's door broken on my behalf, channeled strength through this staff. Heed this spell, let mortals cower, grant this dread lich back his power." There is a shattering. You're frozen in time. Nice try, asshole.
Counterspell. Bitch, you thought.
The the spell, the time stop, ends just in time for you to kind of, all of the rest of you, to see what's going on. The crystalline metal cage that kind of surrounds this this shard just kind of crumbles and shatters. There's a brief flash of arcane energy that briefly blinds all of you, and as you kind of briefly shield your eyes to kind of cover the sight, you look up, and in place of the more humanoid form of your master Kent, you now see what looks like a full-blown lich standing and floating rather above you.
It's Mum-Ra. Great.
Okay. Do we have
And
to
he
roll
has your
initiative
staff.
again?
He looks back down at you and he says, "You'll have to forgive me, apprentice, but I cannot let this fall into the wrong hands. The souls in the are released."
I assume he just looks like a empty space in the room.
He looks back at you.
Okay, so he can see me.
Oh yeah. So by the time he finishes casting his spell, the time stop spell that is affected by this bead ends.
Okay.
And you see, contrary to the more humanoid form you're used to seeing, Healedstad now looks far more skeletal and undead.
Okay. Can I do something?
What's that?
I immediately turn to Draxon and cast Disintegrate on him.
Obark snaps his finger and Draxon disappears.
Fuck! You all were thinking it, by the way.
I was thinking when he first showed back up. Y'all the ones that convinced me to keep him in the group.
He says,
What's that?
"You'll have to forgive him. It was not his fault."
So, I can't tell if I should kill you now or not, or attempt to.
Whatever your intentions may be, I am not letting you keep this shard. The danger it presents is far too chaotic to go into anyone's hands. I am to hide it away from you, any of you, lest you try to complete your prophecy.
Will actually thinks about it and nods and says, "That makes sense." And he looks over to Sir Bradford. He goes, "He's right about that." He goes, "No one should have this. If he's willing to keep it and hide it, who's to say?"
Sir Bradford kind of looks at you with a look of shock on his face, and he says, "Are you sure we can really trust that?"
No, but who can we trust with that kind of power?
Certainly not him.
Look, the little I've been able to tell about the Lord's Alliance, we're about maintaining order. And he points at the Lich and says, "I don't agree with that, but..."
It's the lesser of two evils.
Right. Well said. He's well said.
I'm going to look at Obark and I'm going to say, it doesn't appear that there's anything I can do about this now. Just so you know, I hope you remain hidden, because should I ever see you again, it will be a different game, and it will not be one that I lose. Say what you will, but you are evil. You may not think it, but you are. I sense it in my very core. Also, next time you send your, what's a good word? Minions too nice. Lackeys, or lackey, to, interfere with me and my friends again, you won't be seeing him, except in pieces.
He was never my lackey. frankly, is no longer anyone's Becky now.
Oh, and speaking of, who? Oh, this would be good. What the hell? Sorry guys, break out of character real fast. What was asshole's vampire's character's name?
Roran.
Thank you. And who was Roaring employed by?
If you mean the vampire that he turned into, you just shadowed his master. Whatever you think me capable of, I am far more concerned with what you are capable of. Whatever you think of me, know that I do not trust you either. You are reckless, boy, and you've just died for it.
And whose fault is that?
Who do you think?
Says the teacher to the student.
Don't test me, child.
Well, as I said, my warning holds true. I hope to never see you again.
Let it be known, then. You're like to never find me. I am to hide away, though I will keep a watchful eye, and if I see you again, we shall have our duel as you so well desire it. He mutters as he begins to cast a teleportation spell, and he says, either die a hero, and then vanishes.
Or live long and still be a hero.
Will says to Kent, I'm sorry, I know that must have been tough, but the best we were in no shape to take that from him right now. And the best I could hope for was try to deceive him and put him get him to underestimate us as a threat. It was when we regain our strength, should we cross him again, we will retain that. And he turns to Sir Bradford. There is no, he says, I hope that I didn't overstep. I know I don't carry much rank in the alliance.
Sir Bradford says, true, but I think you made the right call. Given the power, unknown what it is, that he had in his hands, I don't know that there was much we could do, especially after that. Kent, my boy, you're in no condition to fight. Let's gather what we can, see if we can find a way out of here.
Will starts playing
So, about this pit
little
full
dance
of gold.
Mm-hmm.
What's down here?
Do I see?
So,
oh, sorry.
In the midst of all of this, you've already let your rope down. You've kind of dropped down here. There are a miscellaneous pile of gems and gold just all collected together on top of one another. In the midst of this pile, a few other items kind of catch your eye. One looks like a bow, one looks like a staff, and one looks like an iron jug of some kind.
I'm gonna grab the bow first, and I'm gonna sling that around my shoulder.
It's like I've always had this bow. What are you talking about?
I will literally kill you.
Then I will. I'm not gonna keep it.
Wait, hold on.
I'm trying to find ways to get stuff up to you guys.
Where's his rope?
It's
tied over on the southern end.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
just
Pointing
mage hand it up to us.
No,
And then
I stand over his rope and I look at him. I'm saying, "You want to stay down there forever? Better bring all that stuff up to us."
I throw the staff at your and go catch.
He throws up a staff up at you, Tegan. I'm going to have you make a save. But as he throws the staff over to you, and you kind of catch it in your hand, it is... oops, hang on. It is lightweight as you grab it, and you see that it has it is white. It looks like it's made out of white wood or whitened wood, and there are small bits of electricity that kind of jump at the tips of the staff.
But I successfully able to hold on to it.
I mean, you hold on to the staff without taking damage.
Okay.
I can send a mage hand down and kind of work anything heavy up to us if you'd like, or they're not heavy, but you know what I mean.
Well, I'm gonna yell
One-
up, Will, we're gonna need your bag.
Yep.
And lots of room in that bag.
Oh yeah. No,
So
let's hold on. So we got a bow.
in the interest of time, I'm going to assume you identify all the magic shit.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, and kind of count the coin and everything. So one other item I forgot down there is a shield that has the sigil of Ilmater on it, which Sir Bradford will request if he can take for himself. And he says it actually has personal meaning to him.
I think he's earned it, guys. What do you say?
Can't stop him.
I'm fine with him taking it.
He could breathe on me and I'd die. He could take it.
Do you say this to him?
Yeah.
Because he says, I have, allow me to help you at least a little bit there, my boy. And he'll cast Cure Wounds on you.
He accidentally sneezes amidst this cast and you crumble.
I'll be 100% honest with you, by the way. Had you turned the stone on top of the beholder's back, I was just going to let you fall because I figured. No, I figured, if you turn the stone, at least you probably wouldn't melt in the lava right away.
But he definitely
True.
sink, though. Am I right, guys?
He would have sank.
All right. So, in a mixture of gems and gold, there is a total of 50,000.
Wow. That's a lot of gold.
A lot of gold.
So, I am very curious, though. What does this jug do?
When
He has
Kent
a-
identifies it, it is one of these.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And the command word is Sirik.
Nice.
That's super fucking cool, actually.
Demon type 1, 2, 3, and 4. No demons.
Well, it does say it's your companion.
It's friendly to you and your companions for 1 hour and obeys your commands.
I will
What
say,
happens
based
after
on
the
that,
hour?
do not give that to Dr. Connor, because all he'll do is keep rolling it till he gets the genie out there to try to wish himself human again.
Oh, ha.
Damn you.
You don't roll to. I mean, the first time if you decide you're going to open it, you'll roll to see if there's anything in it, and that's going to be what's in it. You don't constantly roll every time you open it.
Gotcha.
Still, don't give it to him, 'cause we don't want to waste the genie on him wishing himself human again.
So it was the flask, the staff, the shield,
Bow.
and the bow.
The bow.
I will have
And,
identified all of them if you wish.
Okay. The shield Sir Bradford will take. I don't have stats written down, but since you're not going to keep it for yourselves for now, it doesn't matter. So that's the flask. And here's the staff.
I will say that Kent should probably keep that since he just lost his staff.
I'll consider it. It's not likely that I will ever be in melee range of anything again, but I'll consider it.
All those cool spells at the bottom, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I didn't scroll down far enough.
I was like, I was about to say, like, you don't want all that extra stuff to have?
Fair enough. Dibs on the staff.
There's a small tear that kind of echoes from Tuck's eye.
You have your
And then
dick. I get the staff.
And
I was
then
saying it'd be really good for him.
No,
bow
I'll
for
probably
Kurt.
give it to him.
And the bow does this.
What the fuck?
You don't really track ammunition, so the ammunition property is not a big deal.
Very nice. So Kirk gets the bow, Kent gets the staff. So Bradford gets the shield. And what about who's getting the flask?
I will actually give Tuck the staff, to be honest with you.
I kind of want to take the flask, honestly.
I don't actually see why that would be a problem.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Right? But doesn't Tuck already have that
Well, you have
the
to.
staff he throws?
Well, it depends on what Tuck would rather do. He would lose his ability to throw shit, but he would.
Well, if they're at range, she'll just cast lightning on them.
Very true. Seems like the right idea to me. Tuck? Garen?
I've been talking to myself.
Yes, no shit you have.
I lose a 20-foot throw, but I gain a 120-foot lightning strike.
I would take that.
It's a +2. Do you need it? You will likely never hit anything. Is the problem.
Not many things have lightning resistance, so it's a good attack.
Yeah.
If it
And
doesn't,
I don't think
you
anyone
will.
and no one else can use the staff except really Kent.
Or me.
Yeah, you take it.
I will gladly put that in my inventory.
Are you trading out the throwing staff for that then?
Yeah.
And the
That's gonna be a lot to add. Holy shit!
We're not going to get into the breakdown of the coin. We're just going to say it's 50,000 gold.
Okay.
I mean, I know that's a lot easier, but you're not going to give me like a list of gems and different types of coin and all that.
No, just for the sake of ease, just 50,000 gold.
Very good, thank you.
Okay.
Do we have
in the midst of all of
go ahead.
Just in the midst of all of this, I'll let you guys talk a little bit more about that later. But in the midst of all of this, Draxon, your form fades from the midst of the Shadowfell here, and as you blink, you look around your surroundings, and you see the familiar sight of a familiar road. You find yourself on the north road out of Baldur's Gate, in the same place where you disappeared into the haunted house that started you on all of this. You take a moment to remember back to that fateful Hallows Eve and take a deep breath, realizing that you are finally free of it all. You try to fight back the memories and everything you had to do just in order to survive, and you think to yourself, you have a real opportunity for a fresh start. The mist rolling over the green hills of the Dread Wilds. In the midst of this, however, you hear a growl behind you. You instinctively draw your weapons, and looking back through the mist, you hesitate for a moment, only a moment, to see a misshapen, shambling form of a drow rogue, his eyes glowing red, his teeth extended out, making his way to you.
Fuck
A
yourself.
familiar form. Kent, I'll give you a moment to look over this character sheet, as it's been upgraded to level 10. But I need Trefor and Draxon to roll initiative against one another. And this is more theater of the mind, but so they don't have to change character sheets. But
Okay. Hold on. Click on the goddamn character.
Final round. Fight.
So I draw my sword and my shield, not just my sword, by the way.
Yep.
Also, how conceited is it that your guy's shield just has a picture of him on it? Am I right? You're like, oh, what should my symbol be? Just put my face, please.
All right, Trefor. We begin the round with you. You've lost any consciousness that was originally yourself. You are a little more than a puppet, a vampire spawn, really, sent from beyond to exact revenge against Draxon. Only because Draxon pulled the rogue card out of the deck of many things one night.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm going to close and attack.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what do I have here?
My DC is still 20 because I still have my. I'm still concentrating on my.
Yes, you are.
Well, we'll see after he gets one attack in.
Okay, let me see. I'm just looking at the character sheet real fast to see what I have here. What am I, Killy? Am I dual wielding any of these, or?
You are dual wielding your short swords.
Oh, okay.
If you want, you can kind of quickly sheath the short sword and do a claw attack or something if you want.
No, the short sword's fine. Let's see. So I attack with this one. No go.
Miss.
And I assume I would attack with the second one?
Do you have extra attack as a rogue at that level?
I don't know.
No, rogues don't get extra attack.
Okay, no.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
All right.
The only rogues that do is spy, and that's at 17.
Yep. Yeah, you have an extra attack with the other short sword. No, that's a miss.
Yeah. Okay.
So are reactions on my turn or his turn?
You make a reaction in response to something that happens. What are you doing as a reaction? Ooh, okay. So he's going for the swipe against Draxon. Draxon, you block it with your shield. You stretch out. You turn around and point your finger out on your sword hand back at him. And Draxon, you need to make a dex save.
Okay.
Or excuse me, Trefor. Trefor, you need to make a dex
hold
save.
on.
He didn't do any damage to him.
What?
Yeah.
Trefor did not hit him. Therefore,
Oh,
you
I
can't
see.
Hellish Rebuke. Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Does it have to hit me?
Yeah, you
okay,
have to be
Recon.
damaged.
Yes, you have to take damage. So
Oh,
save
well,
this.
yeah.
So you cannot cast Hellish Rebuke. So save the spell slot. But it's going to go to your turn then, Draxon.
My bad. I read that like when
Oh,
we
you're fine,
first
man.
started.
It's okay. I'm totally unprepared for this, so it's okay.
Even playing grounds. Neither one knows how to play their character.
Well, I only played it for one night.
I'm just giving Justin shit. Sorry.
Is this music from The Witcher?
I'm thinking.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I love this music.
I'm just looking. Hold on. Oh, wait. Ah!
Yes.
Starting at second level, your quick thinking and agility allow you to move and act quickly. You take a bonus action on each of your turns in combat. I'm going to disengage.
As a
before
bonus
he
action?
goes.
Okay.
Yes.
Me first.
Trefor
I'm just kidding.
is going to retreat back from you and kind of shift around the hillside.
All right, that's fine. I'm still going to cast Crown of Madness. I think.
Okay.
120
You target
range.
him.
Yes.
Yep. You're gonna if you cast that because it's concentration, you're gonna lose the Shield of Faith.
If I win this, get fucked.
So your AC is going down to 18, but you need to make a
That's
wisdom
fine.
save, Trafor.
I know.
Let's have fun with it. Let's just do it.
What's your DC, Drax?
My DC is 18. Or no,
All right.
sorry,
He
DC.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What is it?
Your spell save
Uh,
DC is 15. He succeeds against it.
There you go. Sorry.
Get fucked.
Trafor, you're up next.
Get fucked.
Okay. So
He's gonna enjoy this payback.
I'm going to try.
I knew you would. That's why I gave you the chance.
I'm just scrolling through Superior Dark Vision Trauma. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's just taking me a second. I'm going to take the hide action as a bonus
Okay.
action.
You shift into the shadows. I need you to make a stealth check. Draxon, I need you to make a perception check.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, still. I rolled. Oh.
Draxon keeps his eyes fixated on you.
Okay, so I am going to close with him again, and I am going to attempt to attack him again.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to attack him with bite.
He has to be either willing or restrained.
Oh, he has
You
to
can
be.
restrain him using your claw.
All right, I'm going to try claws.
My claw.
Okay, 20 hits. You can either do the damage or you can restrain him, and then if you restrain him, you can bite him in the same turn.
Same thing. Yeah, that.
Okay. So you restrain him and then try to bite him?
Yep. Do
All
I,
right.
Okay.
Bite hits. Roll the damage.
Hold on.
So what does restraining mean or limit me from?
It means your speed becomes 0 and you cannot benefit from any bonus to speed.
Oh,
Attack rolls against you have advantage. Your attack rolls have disadvantage. You have disadvantage on dex saves.
By the way, that was the damage for the claws. So 9 at the.
You don't do the.
Oh,
you don't do the damage to the claws.
All right, my bad.
So,
Well, I didn't have claws before.
I know. That's because you're a vampire now, or vampire spawn anyway.
I know.
So, Trafor comes in, he grabs you around quickly with an unnatural speed around your neck, Draxon, and he bites into you. You take 9 piercing, which I will subtract, and 8 necrotic, which I will also subtract. And I need you to.
9 off.
Okay. On your notes somewhere, I need you to note that your hit point maximum is reduced by 8.
Sounds good.
All right. Trafor, are you done for the turn?
Yeah. I already
Okay.
used my bonus action, so.
Okay, Draxon, you're up.
So I assume that there's nothing I can do to get rid of this negative.
Not the negative without a long rest, no.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I accommodate. Could I have still? I could use my reaction when he hit me. Now that he hit me, correct, during that last turn.
You're actually grappled, not restrained. My bad. So what that means is your speed becomes 0. You can't benefit from any bonus to speed. And that's basically it. You can't really move. You can still attack him, and you can attack him normally if you wish.
So I don't have any disadvantage then, or does that still stand?
No, you don't have any disadvantage. I spoke wrong.
Okay, perfect. So since he hit me, I'd like to go ahead and do the Hellish Rebuke again there this time now that I actually did.
Okay, you can burn your reaction to do that, sure. Okay.
Dex
save. All right. So let me just double check the Aura of Hate effect. A fiend undead within. Yeah, that's only melee weapon damage rolls. So you take 15 fire.
Okay. I will subtract that.
All right, and then Draxon, you're up.
All right, sounds good. So I'm gonna try to hit him.
First attack misses. He's holding tightly onto you. You try to shift your arm around. No hit.
So can I use my extra attack and then still do a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay.
17 lands. Go ahead and roll damage.
And you have to remind me how to do that because I haven't hit somebody in forever.
Click on the longsword text in the chat box. There you go. And that does affect with the Aura of Hate. So you take the full 9 points of damage I've already reacted to trade for. And then what's your bonus action? Shield of Faith back on yourself? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Real fast. Kelly, would evasion have worked on that AoE fire, or is that AoE fire? That's not AoE, is it? It's a direct attack.
It's a direct attack.
Never mind. Okay.
What you can do
That ends my turn because I can't.
is Uncanny Dodge.
I can't because I already used my bonus action.
It's a reaction. Uncanny Dodges.
Oh. Well, then fuck that. That's what I'm doing. So I would have that. So, 7?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah. If you want to
Yeah.
have the Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Alright.
Alright. Trade 4. At the start of your turn, you regain 5 hit points.
There's no killing what can't be killed. Alright. Alright. I'm trying
And he is still restrained by you.
Yeah, oh, I know. I'm gonna try to bite him again.
Alright.
Oh, shit. Wrong character sheet.
I cast Fireball. Wait. Yep. Alright. And I'll subtract the hit points here. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 7, Draxon. And I'll say if you're going to bite, that's going to be your action for the turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. Draxon, you're up again. Justin?
I'm thinking. All right, I'm gonna have you guys help me with this.
If
If I do that, what am I actually doing? Because I'm trying to understand.
Okay.
I understand that. I think what I get is I choose something and it makes me get disadvantage. But am I choosing like a safe?
you could choose a couple of options. You can have it to where he has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. He can make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of his turns, and if he fails, he wastes that action doing nothing. You can make it to where your attacks do an extra 1d8 necrotic, or you can make it to where he has disadvantage on ability checks and saving throws made with a specific ability score. I will also say that it is concentration, and you would break the Shield of Faith if you do that.
Correct. I was just trying to read it, and it was hard to understand.
Yeah, you choose one of those effects.
Well, actually, doesn't he have to roll con to see if he can maintain the Shield of Faith anyway, since I just bit him?
He would. But I'll have him make the con save after he decides what it is he wants to do.
No problem.
If he breaks it anyway, then it's going to be...
I'm just gonna dual attack him along.
Okay. So go ahead and make a con save real quick to see if you do maintain. Okay, 22 will land, but make that con save for me. Okay, you're no longer Shield of Faith, so... You're back down to 18 then. I will say that 22 does land. Alright, for 14 points. Second attack lands as well. For another 11 points.
Alright, and what can I mitigate there, then?
You can cunning action to, and you'll have to restore your own hit points. You can cunning action against one of those attacks, or uncanny dodge against one of those attacks.
First
Yeah,
attack.
I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay, Shield of Faith is back on you. All right, trade for 5 hit points at the start of the round, and then you're up.
Did you subtract already? Because
I subtracted everything. Go ahead and plus whatever the half is, and then add an additional 5 at the top of the round for your vampiric regeneration.
Thank you. So 5 and 5, that'd be 10. All right, fair enough. God damn it, clicking all over the fucking place. All right. Is he still restrained?
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna bite that motherfucker again.
All right. No, this time he shifts his shoulders a little bit. You just bite into the armor.
My tooth.
Draxon. All right, hits. I'll let you handle the hit points here on out. 11 there. 19 hits as well. 14 there. He's basically got you restrained in a chokehold. You're just taking your short sword and trying to stab him in the face over your shoulder.
Yep, that's about all I can do.
All right. 12, 22, 23, 24. So 26 points of damage, if I'm doing my math correctly here. 20, 23, 26, yep, 26 total.
And I'd like to take, I guess, half from the 11.
Okay.
Do I need to do a Constitution saving throw for my shield?
He didn't bite into you, so no.
Okay.
Okay.
Not on that one. Okay. So what was that? 26 total, and then
If you're going to cunning action the second attack there, it's going to be 7 points there. So total of 19 damage.
okay. All right. Okay.
All right. 5 hit points started around, and you're up.
All right. Hold on one second. I just gotta look at see what I have here.
And he is still restrained. I'm sorry, just so the rest of you aren't kept here. This will probably take up the rest of the night. I will say that with the defeat of Xaxas and returning to Red Larch, you all are going to gain a level. So,
Sweet. Woohoo!
Oh, you could have told us that like 15 minutes ago. I could have been working on that shit.
I'm sorry. I
Oh.
didn't think of it.
You should be, damn it.
All right, you guys have a good night then.
All right.
Alrighty.
Good night, man.
Excuse me.
Okay. I'm gonna do one trick ponying this, and I'm just going to continuously try to bite him. Only because I'm not super into the. I don't know enough about the added stuff.
Sure. All right. 21 lands. All right. Total of 20 points to Draxon. Draxon, make a con save. See if you maintain the Shield of Faith. And you also have your hit point maximum reduced by 9. Yeah, you maintain the shield. All right, you're up.
I'll make this I'll make this conflict as easy as possible.
Did you subtract the hit points from?
I did. Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I mean, it's kind of where I'm at too. is just kind of beating you down with my sword because everything, a lot of what I have left is having to concentrate. I'd rather have my.
Got a couple of smite options there. Ooh.
Well, I don't have any slots left.
You got second slot level slots and third level slots left.
That's fair. I didn't think about that.
Lightning Strike. What the hell is that? Oh, that's from the staff, I see.
I was like, wait a minute, that's Garen.
Nope. I'm just trying to figure something out here.
Okay, my bad.
I was trying to adjust the DC at the top, but it doesn't seem to be changing for me. I don't see where to change it.
So I can cast Divine Smite at level 2. Is that what I'm?
Here, I'll do it.
I actually didn't mean to do that, but if that's what I'm doing, then yeah, I guess that's because I'll have to hit with my melee weapon attack, so I have to do my melee first, and then
Yeah.
and then roll.
It's trying to. Hang on, let me double check that lightning staff now. Staff of Thunder. And I think part of the problem might be that you're trying to punch it in as a spell instead of as an attack. Flat DC 17. Whoops, wrong button. They have to make a dex save against, because it's trying to calculate your spell save DC. Your spell save DC is technically Wisdom.
And it's higher than that, 16.
Technically, your Wisdom spell save DC is 17,
now.
so
No,
match
yeah,
it.
because that's only because I got a another proficiency.
Yeah.
For going one level up.
For now, I think I'm gonna.
We'll just read the description maybe, and just call it a day because it says.
Yeah, I would say for now I'm just gonna set it as none, and then I'll know to make a dex save just by reading the description that way. So.
Okay.
Okay.
So real quick, I think I even with that roll, I think I rolled it at level 1 because I just clicked it and it rolled on its own, so I don't have to like click. If I do something correctly, I'm supposed to.
I must be punched in wrong. Hang on. Damage 2d8 radiant. Try it again. That'll tell you what level you can cast it in.
Yeah, it did this time.
Okay. Now, the way the Divine Smite works is when you land a melee attack, you can choose to burn it. So.
Correct.
So go ahead and make an attack, and then I'll say you probably want to burn the strike with that. Okay, so that lands. All right. So 9 points of damage from the strike, plus a Divine Smite for another 10, making it 19. Plus 3. We're not adding the Aura of Hate twice. For a total of 22 points of damage, which Tray 4, I assume you'll uncanny dodge half of that to make it 11.
Mm-hmm.
It is radiant, so you do not gain hit points at the start of your next turn.
It's fine.
That was your first attack, Drax. 11 does not hit.
Yep, I know.
Okay. Tray 4, you're up.
Yep. You know, it's times like this that I wish I had read the character description and I had remembered playing the character, because at the beginning. Okay.
I will add, in case I forgot, if you haven't already, every time you bite, you gain hit points to the necrotic damage you do.
Oh. Well, fuck me. So, in theory, I would have gotten 9 back earlier.
You've hit me 3 times with your bite, I believe.
Yeah, I would have gotten 9 and 7.
7 and 8.
So actually, I have a kind of a weird question to ask you, Killy.
25 hit points total, I think. What's your question?
So the way I read this, I think the attack that I make also gets advantage.
On.
I just linked to Ambush Master because it says the target I attack against all attack rolls against the target I have advantage at the start of my next turn. Does that include the attack I make as well? That's the way I read it.
Yes.
Because it makes it easier for you and others.
Yeah. Basically, with whoever you hit on the first round of combat, until you start your next turn, anybody who attacks that target has advantage.
But is that including the attack that I make to get that benefit? Because it does say it becomes easier for you and others to strike.
You have to hit it first, but yes. So it doesn't. You don't get advantage on the first swing, but if you hit it on the first swing, then it becomes easier.
So your other, like your offhand and your sneak attack.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just for shits and giggles, I let go of the grapple and I attack him with the claws again, and I do 9
Okay.
slashing.
All right, he slices you. I'll just subtract the hit points there. This time, leaving a nice gash on your face.
And as a bonus bonus action, I will disengage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. He disengages and backs off. Draxon, what do you do? I need you to make a con save actually for that Shield of Faith first, which you maintain.
I'm going to go ahead and use 40 hit points of my lay on hands to max my health out at 70, which is where it should currently be.
Okay. I'll let you restore your hit points. Trafer, you're up next.
Kelly, I'm going to do something interesting here, and I want to see if you'll allow it. As a vampire, do I have any ability to straight up like turn into mist or whatever and just escape the combat?
Not as a spawn, but if you want to try to escape the combat, I'll allow you to try to escape the combat.
I'm going to try to escape the combat before I do, if I successfully do it and get away from him and like hide and run away, I'm going to say you'll basically you'll be looking over the shoulder for the rest of your life. Good paladin.
Okay. Trafor begins to, or whatever is left of him, begins to beat off into the distance. Har har. Drax, do you do anything as this happens? Or do you let him run off?
I mean, I guess I could move, but that's a good question. So is it my turn or is it a reaction?
He's basically running off. I'll say he kind of dashes into the distance. It'll be your turn at the start of the round, basically.
I mean, can I even catch up to him? I mean, because he's probably going to be more nimble and quicker than I am because I'm in plate armor and
probably true.
Actually, definitely true because every turn I'm going to make a
dash is a bonus action.
Dash is a bonus action, so you
Welcome
will
back,
not be able
Miles.
to catch me.
So,
Your javelin just sticks into the dirt as whatever it was made up of, this creature just bolts away. Second javelin does hit him, for what it's worth. We don't count the Aura of Hate because it's not a melee weapon attack, but it does hit him for 7 points.
Yep.
So
I
it
assume he's going to keep
connects,
running, so it's his turn.
Okay. Trafor, I assume, even if you get stuck with the javelin, you're just...
Yeah, I'm hauling ass.
Okay, for the sake of ease, I'll say, Draxon, you're not going to be able to keep up with him, you're out of combat. But for the first time since you saw him in the haunted house on that fateful Hallows Eve, you see him retreat into the surrounding mist that makes up the northern road near Baldur's Gate. And his chill words will stick with you.
I don't know if you wanted me to do that at all, Kelly, but I think we could have hammered it out for a while, but ultimately I think I may have beaten him even with the spell slots he was burning through. But I think it's more fun to leave him alive so he can be killed by the diamond bears later. No. Not that they'll survive, but either way.
All right, later. So for the rest of you, as you kind of count up your gold, get your belongings, and make your way back to Red Larch, the city itself is one in mourning. You can see there are, for what citizens are left, they are doing what they can to kind of patch the repairs from the assault against the city. They are burying their dead, and as you kind of exit, interestingly, more or less out of the wagon works, You do recover all of the elemental weapons, so you have all those back. And secondly, most of the faces here do what they can for the most part. It seems to just kind of ignore you. They just look sullen and sad. But before we can explore much of what else will happen and the near future of the Diamond Bears, we'll have to find that out later.
All right,
Very
Kelly,
good.
I think I did my level up on my tomb, so I should be good. And I will
Okay.
not be here next week because I will be nerding it out with a bunch of Star Wars geeks.
Attaboy.
Hey,
I'm proud
Kelly,
of you.
there was a whole bunch of damage that Will took that reduced his hit point maximum. I assume that fades over time.
Fades when you get a long rest.
All right, so I just need to. I can never remember how many hit points I get per level. I think it's 6.
Let me take a look. You get 5 plus con, whatever your con modifier is.
Yeah, that would be 6.
Okay.
That's my con modifier is 1.
All right.
I too have completed my level up.
Okay.
I got my 7th level spell.
Nice.
That's
All
a
right.
force gauge.
Nice. All right, Tegan, you go up to 13. You get access to your 7th level spell as well.
Yep. I already did it.
Generate. All right. And I assume you already increased your hit point maximum.
I did.
Okay.
It was
Efficiency
5
auto
plus 2,
increases.
so.
All right, you're good to go.
All right, I'm signing off. Good night, all.
Peace out, man.
Later.
13 force cage. Tuck, did you do your level up stuff?
Yes. What I haven't done yet is put all the staff stuff in because it's annoying. Trying to figure out. Fuck. Oh, that's fine. I don't know if I'll be using the thunder ones very often because that sounds like a world of hurt coming our way. Audible up to 300 feet and audible up to 600 feet. Please come find us here.
To be fair, I did that in our second session. Or third. Basically.
Yep. I think it's the one where the orcs all kind of ran up in your direction, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you don't let the mage go first. But, you know, back then, our monk was falling in 10-foot holes and couldn't get the fuck out of them.
Which is hilarious to me.
Our ranger did too.
How?
I didn't record the first session. They literally fell into the same fucking trap. And could not get out.
I repeat the question. How?
Bad dice.
Bad dice. Anyway. It looks nice. That staff's going to be useful. Just an example. So, Kelly, I took the 1/2 hand out because I can't throw this one. So I'm assuming I'm always going to be hitting the same.
Yeah, you would be hitting it with 2 hands, most likely.
Right.
Yes.
So I just put the 1 damage.
Yep, that's fine.
I may shrink the description there because that's a little obscure. Or,
Geez, a 32 on a natural 19.
how is that? How can that be only 9 damage?
What's it rolling for damage?
1d8.
1 plus 6. So I got a
Plus
2.
2.
I must have got it a 2, yeah.
Yeah, 1d8 plus 6 plus 2.
Nope.
You rolled a nat 1 on your damage.
I rolled a nat 1. Fucking sad.
Yep. Max damage for that thing is 16 points on 1 strike, so.
The
All right,
difference
guys.
is
I'm logging out. Talk to y'all later.
Peace out,
Later.
man. Have a
Hey.
good night.
Hey, Kral. Let me know
Yeah.
how that all goes, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. That sounds awesome.
The other
There's some other stuff I was talking to Ken about earlier. Yeah, I'll let you
okay.
know.
By the way, fun fight tonight, Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though we almost died.
I mean, one of you did die.
That's fair, too.
I thought you hit me with disintegration ray. That's why I was like, oh, I'm done.
If I hit you with disintegration ray, you would be done.
Yes, I know. That's why I was like, okay.
Oh, also, Killy. So, while we're out and about,
Uh-huh.
can I attune to that ring?
Which one?
The ring.
The secret ring.
Ring of Reds?
No.
Oh, go ahead and look at my character sheet. It's towards the bottom of my feats list. That's where
I
all
know
my
what you're
items
talking
are.
about.
And also,
Yeah.
yes.
I know what you're talking about. Yes, you can attune to that ring.
Sweet.
So aside from that ring, what else are you tuned to then?
The
I'll say you-
Mariner's Revenge and Fury.
Okay, I'll say you have Tinder Strike back now too, if you want to just change out to Fury for Tinder Strike.
I kind of don't want to because I kind of like that double strike, and Miles hasn't asked for the sword back yet. So,
To be fair,
Yeah.
I think he was already gone by the time Killy said we get them all back.
correct.
Fair.
So I'm gonna hang on to it until he realizes I still have it.
So what you're really saying is that he doesn't realize we got all of them back.
Correct. I'll still have Tinder Strike on my person, but until he realizes I have Tinder Strike back, I'm hanging on to Fury.
By the way, your skin's still red, so.
I know. And I can now walk around town without having to like hide my skin, so I'm okay with that.
Because you're red. That's
Correct.
fine.
Just like a really sunburnt elf.
If anyone asks, I'm from a distant realm.
If anybody asked, you're a Genasi with elven heritage.
There you go. See? You just helped me out.
Well, I'm very curious because I am guessing that we only really have one more key fight in this campaign to do. And if
There's one major fight that is kind of lining up, i.e. Dr. Otto Octavius.
right,
And then from there, a lot of that depends on whether or not you really want to try to pursue after that Dark Shard. The Heart of Darkness. So if you choose to leave Obark alone, then that's kind of the end of the campaign.
well, let me.
I think we all know we're not going to do that.
Let me put it to you this way: Obark casts an 8th level magic missile.
Mhm.
I'm nowhere near casting an 8th level magic missile.
Yeah, but you might be by the end of us hunting down Otto.
Not
Narrator
likely.
voice. He won't be.
We'll think about it. Or I'll think about it.
What if we just go monster hunting to hone our skills before we hunt down Obark?
Well, the map is big around, what do you call it? And Killy did say that there were plenty of places unexplored.
So, if I read the staff right, I can use each spell